Hey there, welcome to day 17 of our Get Up and Go Challenge. Sharon Horne-Ellstrom here. We're going to be talking about the O in our SOAP framework today, and we're doing it with respect to our physical life, our physical health, our physical well-being. I like to say well-being or health because I want to focus on the positives of things. It's easy to slip into the habit of focusing on the negative things that aren't the way we want them to be. And that's why yesterday, under the S, the story, the situation, we're talking about what is. We're just being really honest, and we're not judging it. We're just saying, hey, this is what's going on with me physically. And you can pick one area or you can pick a broader approach to it. It's totally up to you. I am going to look at my weight. And I almost never look at my weight because I don't want to know what it is. And because for a lot of psychological belief related reasons, I don't like to look at my weight, but I chose that I will look at my weight. Why? Because I've gained weight during COVID. How do I know? My clothes are tighter. Some of the clothes I like to wear, they don't fit, or they fit, but they don't look so good. So I decided I will talk and work up through my increased weight since COVID started and how I'm going to get back to my pre-COVID, or preferably my 2011 level of health, because in 2011 was following my sudden cardiac arrest, probably the first time I actually paid a lot of attention to my physical personal well-being, and I got very healthy that year, and it maintained a lot of it. And then, you know, as the years piled on, I started to let go of some of the things I was doing consistently in 2011 for a lot of reasons. I could give all kinds of reasons and make up all kinds of excuses, but the truth is I just let some things slip. So COVID, I gave myself permission to do even more of those things, and that's not okay. I want to get back to that. So our S was our story, but we want to focus on not just where we are and what's happening, but where we want to be. Why? So we know what that gap is. So we know what we're going towards. So we know what we're moving toward and wanting to go toward. Not just, you know, a lot of times we'll get mired in the problem and we'll just work that over and over and over again in our mind and in our life. Guess what? All we're doing is creating more of that and having it stick even longer. That's why we want to focus on where we're going and what we want to have happen in our life. Well, how do we do that? Well, we start doing that with the O in our SOAP framework. O stands for options, right? What else is possible? What is possible? What are the many ways that we can get from where we are right now to where we want to be? Because we don't want to stay stuck here, right? I don't want to stay stuck there. That's the reason that I'm feeling a challenge or a change coming on, and that something needs to change. Well, I want to make changes and challenges work for me, not against me. So I don't want to wait until I get upsided along the head by something like COVID or a pandemic. I want to make sure that I'm doing things proactively in my life to create the life I want, not just hoping and wishing that things will happen. We do that through looking at where we want to go and then the different possibilities of how we can get there, different options. Today's tool is brainstorming, one of my very favorite all-time tools on the planet. Used it since I was a little girl. My dad taught me how to brainstorm when we were little girls, and ever since then it's just been a tool in my toolbox that I use almost automatically on a continual basis. It's so ingrained in my life. But there's a lot of different ways to brainstorm. I'm going to share a couple of ways that I do it, but you can look up, if you've never brainstormed before, you can go online and you can find all kinds of complicated ways of brainstorming, or you can keep it really simple. I say, for the purposes of actually doing things, the more simple or the better it feels for you, the process that you decide to use, the more likely you are to use it. A lot of times I just brainstorm in my head. Why? Because it's fast, it's easy, I don't need any special tools, I can do it anywhere, anytime, and it works for me. Other times when it's something important, I will use pen and paper. I love to use Post-it notes to brainstorm. I brainstorm and then I can move them around, I can change my ideas, but I can look at them, or I can pile them, or I can categorize them. I love doing brainstorming on, these happen to be actual official 3M Post-it notes, but any kind of a sticky note or paper. I sometimes, when I'm on the go and I'm not going to be in a place, but I'm working on a project or a problem, I'll carry little notebooks. I have always carried little notebooks. I carry my Get Up and Go journal. This is my Get Up and Go challenge journal. This is that got actually my December challenge in it, as well as this February 2021 challenge. And you can see I've already set up my homework for today, what I'm going to do, and that is brainstorm. Well, how do you brainstorm? All you do is you just start blowing out ideas. ideas. I love brainstorming in groups. It's so much fun because everybody has so many different ideas. But this activity is just to brainstorm by yourself. We're not telling anybody that what we're doing. We're just learning the tool and using it ourselves. We're just going to brainstorm at least 10 different things you can possibly do to get from point A to point B. So what are, for example, some things that I could do brainstorming to lose weight? Well, I could go on a spa trip. Well, COVID might be kind of putting a dent in that. So maybe, again, there I started evaluating. Don't evaluate, just brainstorm. Personal trainer, spa trip, nutritionist, doctor, diet program, medical supplements or medicine or supplements. Maybe I need a prescription to kickstart my weight loss. Exercise, water. I could do a fast. I could do some kind of a crazy diet. I could learn about different types of eating and nutrition. I could work on my mental ideas and beliefs about weight and weight loss and abundance and scarcity and all the other things, beliefs. I could work on beliefs. I could find out if I'm emotionally eating, which I absolutely positively am. It's why I love caramels. I could talk to my doctor. I could do some online research. I could join an online program. I could join an offline program. I could join Weight Watchers. I could read books. I could do research online. I could eat less. I could find different ways to increase my exercise or water. It's like 10 below, so my exercise outdoors is really curtailed, but that doesn't mean I could do yoga. I could start a new exercise program. I could learn about kettlebells. So I don't know if that's 10 or not. It's probably 10, but our challenge today, our assignment today is to just shoot out 10 ideas, and we're not going to evaluate them like I started automatically doing on the spa trip. Why did I do that? Because we automatically do that. As soon as we throw out an idea, we start to punch holes in it. And we don't want to do that with brainstorming. We just want to capture the ideas on paper, no matter how crazy they might sound. When you go back and look at them at a different setting, you start to, you can evaluate then and pick and choose and see, yeah, spa trip, COVID, not going on a spa trip. But could I do a spa trip at home? Could I have some kind of a spa experience at home? Absolutely. So having it on there opens up other possibilities and other opportunities for me, or more creativity and more open-minded thinking about what else is possible. So often, I don't know about you, but I am very guilty of this. Something will come up and I will think of like one or two possibilities or options or solutions to solve that problem, and then I stop. I think I work myself into thinking that, hey, I have to either do this or that, A or B, black or white. Those are my only options. And I just stop looking for possibilities. But brainstorming allows us to open up our minds to all the possibilities that are out there. Guess what? Ways to lose weight, there's probably a million different ways to lose weight, right? If I were to do a Google search or a search engine search on the internet, I bet I would get over a million, how do I lose weight? How to lose weight over 60. If I were to Google that, I bet I would get millions and millions of results in less than a second, right? In a certain number of milliseconds, probably, because there's so much information out there about it. So to think and believe that there's only one or two ways or possibilities, either I'm going to lose weight or I'm going to die because I'm not going to lose weight. I'm just going to keep gaining weight for the rest of my life. We do so much of that absolute thinking, and brainstorming and options, and this particular part of the SOAP framework is designed to blow that up and help us realize there are so many possibilities. There are so many ways to get from where we are to where we want to be, but we have to be willing to see them. There's something called confirmation bias in our lives, and we tend to do what we've always done. We tend to make decisions and choices based on our past experiences, and that leaves us in a zone, a box, a comfort zone of possibilities and behaviors. And we want to bust out of that box of comfort and look for, I got to tell you, to go to a spa, that's totally outside my comfort zone. But to do a spa at home and to do some things that would help increase my sense of well-being and my physical well-being at home, can I do that? Absolutely, positively, I could do that. Or I could actually have fun and wrap my head around doing something like that. So today, our exercise, O from our SOAP framework, we're looking at the O, our options for physical getting us from where we are to where we want to go. That's all we're looking at. And it doesn't have to get us all the way, right? If I think that from where I am to where I want to go, all I'm going to have to do is exercise, that's again an all or nothing type scenario that I'm setting myself up for. I would much rather do a bunch of little things than think I have to focus only in on one thing to obtain my goal and my objective, or to get and moving in the direction that I want. So today, go ahead, make that list of at least 10 things. Share 3. Share 3 of the things on your list, and they can be any 3. You can just randomly pick 3 off your list. Like maybe I would share spa, since that came up first. Then I would share some kind of a diet, maybe keto, or a popular diet that's going on around right now. And then maybe see my doctor, and those would be maybe the 3 I share. But you can just pick 3 things off your list, and I'm asking you to share 3 things for a specific reason, which you'll find out tomorrow. So brainstorm, have fun with it. Have fun with just what are the crazy things that you could do to get from where you are to where you want to be. You know, maybe you're focusing on drinking more water, and that was one I actually have done in the past, where I've done a challenge to drink more water. And I did this, I brainstormed, well, what are all the possible ways I could get myself to drink more water? Well, I ended up settling for a strategy that my dad had taught me a long, long time ago. I used for a few years, and then I kind of stopped doing it over the last few years, and I just started doing that again. And I'll share that with you tomorrow too. All right, have an amazing day. Any questions, hit me up in the comments below. Otherwise, have fun with this. Brainstorming is, I think, one of the most fun things we can do, maybe because I like to use my imagination. All right, any questions, ask. Otherwise, I'll be with you tomorrow. Bye.